Where have you been? You were supposed to be here, working.
I lost track of time.
This is the real world! Sometimes you just gotta let your dreams go.
I just scribble in my notebook. I'm a stock boy. That's it.
You are a legit designer.
Let me at him.
Dude, I love it.
Oh, I want to lick him.
I'm Kira.
Oh.
Hold up.
Kira King, AKA Sneaker Royalty.
Boom.
The King's Charity Gala.
Yeah, design some sick kicks, show off your talent.
At the most exclusive sneaker event of the year. Is that gonna happen?
This is your shot. Come on, get up. You've got sneakers to make.
Kicks. Ain't nothing fresh, no one stepping on my kicks. Kicks, they be like, what are those? Those toes are sick.
Whoa.
Sick. I be like, show you right, paparazzi taking pics.
It's you.
Did you design these?
Yeah.
You're the guy that everybody's been talking about tonight. This is destiny.
My soul's got soul. I've been this goal since I was 3 years old. I'm going for my goals, soaring high to the stars. It's more than what you wear, represent who you are. Just when you think I'm high enough, I'm about to take it higher up, living gravity and fired up. Bitch, a king, since you leave, bro.
Wait.
A curfew thing.
Ain't nothing fresher than my kicks.
Well, I know it flopped when I see one. I was like, who's that? Is that young Kevin Gates? It looked like Kevin Gates. This is one of these movies that you see everything in the movie in the trailer. I'm not gonna go see it. You know what the hell happened. They take something cool and make it corny. Sneakerella. Someone took that and said, you know what? That's a good idea. We're gonna do yet another remake.
He left his shoe on the escalator.
Who does that?
Oh, it's my curfew. I gotta go. Bruv, they tried to make the Cinderella overlap so large that they just didn't care how stupid it looked.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
No. They really...
She's a royalty of a sneaker family?
Yeah.
For three generations, your family's been exploiting Chinese people? Now, I will concede to this point. This is just me. This is a movie for kids.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not for us.
No, it's not. You're too old for this shit.
It's not for us. I never looked at Disney movies and thought, oh, I needed representation. Because one great thing about Disney is that I was looking at animals. I was looking at inanimate objects, monsters, different looking people. I remember even watching like Quasimodo and Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I was like, okay, you know. So when I see this new age stuff, I'm like, y'all are forcing the point so bad.
Yeah, but it was for you. I think it was for you because of where you were brought up. Because you didn't know you was black until you came back here. We knew we was black. Everything was white. A little bit of diversity would have helped. So I'm going to give that to them. I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? Yes. Because being here and knowing that you're black at 4 or 5, you're a kid. And after that, you go back home and then everything you see is white. Like the norm is white. So I would have wanted a little bit of diversity when I was a kid.
I'm going to say this. Cartoons had a lot of diversity.
Cartoons had a lot of diversity. When I saw the diversity in my cartoons, it was a lot of stereotypes and minstrels, but yeah, sure, whatever.
Were you talking like Tintin?
That's what I grew up on.
Okay.
Tintin, Asterix, all of that shit was super hella racist. You know what I mean? So, and then not even that, the Looney Tunes were fucking racist. I fucked up racist, and that's what I was growing up on. So a little bit of positive diversity would have been nice. I would have appreciated that. So if it's a movie for kids and they have black people in there, I appreciate that. And if it's new people that I've never seen, at least I'm gonna give them that. I'm appreciate that, and that's why I said I hope that those kids that are in that movie grow up to be bigger actors that we're going to see elsewhere. If other kids can see that and be like, oh shit, a movie like that. But all the Cinderellas that we had, I had to wait for the version of Cinderella with Brandy and Whoopi Goldberg on that shit. It's like the mom was white, the mom was black, the dad was white, there was Brandy, and Brandy was Cinderella, and the kid was somehow Asian. Nothing was good about where I was from. Nothing. You're the only fucking country in Africa that was not colonized. Y'all motherfuckers had kings, whole ass emperors and shit. Like, we didn't have none of that. What we represented was just that. Bad shit. We couldn't even speak Creole. We couldn't speak French so that they thought we would speak Creole. Like, none of this shit. So at some point, yeah, it's important to see us somewhere that we're okay. And I can understand that you don't understand that because
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think I'm not mad at representation if they want to put that in, but tell good stories. Tell real stories. When I watch the Boondocks, you know what I don't think? Representation.
No.
I don't think that.
No, I just think it's a real ass story.
It's just a great, well-written show.
I can relate. That's all I think.
When I watched the Jamie Foxx show, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm like, that's just a good show. Yes, it's a black cast. Cool, we're represented. But the basis of it is this funny? Fresh Prince as well. The reason why Fresh Prince gravitates towards everybody is because it's just a great story at its base. Of course, a diversity aspect afterwards comes on top of it and layers on top. But if you lead with that, if you make that your selling point, I'm always going to assume your shit's going to be corny. Because you're more concerned with how it looks in the window still than how it actually functions once you take it off the shelf.
Yeah.
And that's always been my problem when I see stuff like this. I want these kids to grow up with wonderful stories.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't want it to just be centered around the black experience. Yeah. Right? It doesn't always have to be through that. Because you know this too. We have so many black movies right now. I watched Queen and Slim. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I know, yes.
I got so mad when I watched that. I turned it off after 30 minutes. Because it was just a lot of like, well, you're black, so let's talk about school shooters and how they're mostly white. And let's talk about how police treat you terribly. Like and let's talk about black guys doing black power symbols out of nowhere. And it was just symbolism everywhere. And it stopped being a movie and entertainment and a story being told. It just started being like, can we virtue signal? Right? And it feels like that with this as well. We know black people love sneakers, so let's go through the sneaker aisle. You know what would have been actually interesting? What if it was a black kid playing chess? And you didn't force a diversity angle. But it was just a great story. I recently watched something called The Queen's Gambit. Netflix show. Yeah. It's about a ginger girl who plays chess. Honestly, even though her sex is mentioned throughout, you can tell that that's not the angle that they're going at when they're making the show. At least not from where I watched. It was just a really well done show with a female lead, and they didn't fucking shove it in your face all the time that she's Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? And I can appreciate that. I just thought it was a wonderful show. I would love it if we could get shows like that, and it's just not shoved in our face the whole time that this is a black individual. Take Idris Elba. I watched the show Luther, where he's the head detective. And it's a great 4-season spanning show, black lead, a diverse set of cast. And you know what I never thought watching that? Oh my God, diversity. I'm just like, this is a great show. And I think that's what these kids need more than anything. They need to see themselves represented, not overtly, but maybe a little bit subvertly. And it's just a good, entertaining show. And I think in that case, you're going to feel much more normalized than everyone's like, do you want to see this show which includes you? You know what I'm saying? Because then it feels awkward.
Hey, it includes her. Have this. That's not what I want. I want a great story. Yeah. And then after that, if you make it realistic, because my life is diverse, then I'll watch it. Yeah, absolutely.
You ever try to been hired for diversity quotas?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you want to be like sold a show because it's diversity?
The checkbox. I've been there. You know I've been there, and you know how I feel about that.
I'm not a fan, so I think that's my show. But I'm not mad at like the difference in experience. It's just when I see shows like this, I always cringe a little bit on the inside, and I think there's better ways of going about it. And I also will say that if these people care so much about diversity, take a chance. Start a UIP. But to me, it's all about bottom line. They're taking old movies, rehashing it, repatching it to it with like, hey, here's some fried chicken because we know niggas love that shit. Hey, here's some watermelon and sneakers because niggas love that shit.
You said watermelon.
That's how they say it, right? So it's like, bruh, just write a good story. I don't care if it's a black lead in it. Just write a good story that's like a real representation of story and just cast the people.
I'm mad at it.
No, you're 10 years older than me, so it's a different era. But I'm telling you, for folks my age, we grew up with different set of cartoons.
Absolutely.
When I'm watching Hey Arnold, I don't go look, oh, where's the black representation? They had great black characters.
Absolutely.
Or if you're watching Recess, you had a different set of characters, right?
True.
And so you're watching a lot of these shows, and you're like, cool. Also, let's also be honest, a lot of the shows didn't even involve human beings. And so when you're just looking at animals and you're listening at their voices, you're like, that's also the Proud Family. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I grew up with that. Yeah.
So my generation, which like, you know, I'm 31 in a month, 2 months.
You so old, you don't even remember that shit.
You know what's fucked up? I feel good about not remembering my age because I don't remember anybody else's age.
Yeah.
So I feel great.
Like, oh, you don't remember my... Bitch, I don't remember my own age!
Like, what you tripping about? What you tripping about?
I don't give a fuck about
You
you.
didn't buy me a present. I didn't buy me a present.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, get out of my face. But that's the real shit. And so I get where you're coming from. Because I don't know. My big brother, he would tell me like you would watch Power Rangers. And that was the shit for him.
Listen, that was the shit. But I was like, really?
But let's be honest. Let's be honest.
The white Power Ranger have to be white.
But let's be honest. Everything was corny back then. Everything was corny. It's not like just niggas was corny. Everything. I watched that Power Ranger as a tiny child. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Everything was corny. Okay? So it's not like they just made the niggas corny. The niggas was corny, but the niggas was still cooler than a lot of other niggas. Let's be honest. Okay? Yeah. I remember watching Power Rangers. There was the Asian girl. There was like the 3 white people. The Asian girl and the black guy.
The Asian girl was yellow.
The yellow ranger.
The black ranger was black. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
But you know what? The black ranger was really cool.
Yeah, he was.
He was cool.
He was.
It's not like they
dancing, chucking and jiving and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, movies around your age.
Corny.
Some were. There was also a lot of classics.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
If you talk about from a media standpoint, I don't disagree with you that there was corny representation. But at least on the American side, there was a lot of good stuff.
On the American side,
there was a lot of good stuff.
It was better. Just Eddie Murphy and the ensemble of his work.
Comedians, black comics at your time was dominating everything.
It was great.
Right? So there is a bit of that balance. And my thing is this. I've gone on this rant. Queen and Slim, nigga, was so fucking bad. I never turned off a movie 30 minutes in before.
Did you watch The Photographer?
I did.
I liked it.
It was good.
Keith?
It was good.
I liked it.
I messaged him afterwards.
I messaged him too.
I'm like, good movie.
Yes. Because the thing that it was not so much about the struggle, but an interesting movie that had struggle in it. But it was not so much about the this and that, blah, blah. It was just is what it was.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I like the way he played.
I mean, you know, it's a good little rom-com, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase.
It's not a rom-com? It's not? It's not rom-com.
Just because the guy who cracks jokes in every black movie is present. What's his name? The one with the glasses. I can't stand that actor. I'm not even going to... Nah, because he's just there to crack a few jokes.
Not even in Bird Box?
He's in Bird Box?
The first nigga that died. Well, the only nigga that dies.
I'm so sick of seeing this dude. He's in like all those Issa Rae movies where like he's there to crack a few jokes and then be like, oh, I'm here. And you know, get your bread. I'm not mad at you. But every time I see him, I'm like, all right, say something funny. Go ahead, nigga. Do your little dance.
Hey, he's good at comedic relief. It's not so much.
He's not, though.
He's not bad.
He was the worst part of Get Out.
Of Get Out?
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't Get Out too? I didn't see Get Out.
You didn't watch Get Out?
I watched Get
Out. I thought he did all those movies. He literally did all those movies.
Yeah.
He's somebody's uncle or best friend or cop. I don't know. It's just, you guys probably know what I'm talking about.
Hey, he's a dude
this turned into a big ass rant about movies, bro.
But
I'm not mad.
It is what it is.
It is what it
needed to get out. It needed to get out.
Yo, you need to get the fuck up out of here.
But I understand.
Can we just not have movies about niggas and suffering?
What
happened to us having a good time?
I would appreciate that. Yeah. I would appreciate that.
You guys want to watch a good old movie that's funny and that involves like some black folks and also Charlie Sheen's in it? Go watch Money Talks. I showed it to Valley recently and I rewatched it. And
Money Talks was good.
I enjoyed it. I laughed. I had some good laughs. Good. Chris Tucker was killing it. Killing it. But anyways, let us know what you guys think about our little rant. Did we even talk about the movie?
There's nothing to talk about so much.
That's fair.
What do you want to say about the movie?
That's fair.
First, we didn't see the movie. It's just a trailer, and everything in the movie is in the trailer.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys want us to expand, we could talk about this topic. But yeah, don't watch Queen and Slim. Fucking shit movie. Shit movie.